rescue. You all the first people you know. Show me the meaning of rescue. To save somebody, the meaning of rescue.
Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you are the poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue, the meaning of rescue. That will can't help me while here.
That's the same thing.
But Jordan Bagara can't tell you the water. He can't pour one making the water back to kill on money. You know they get people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in church TV. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 400 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jordan Bagara. What will be our result next year? We wouldn't even 1 year. What will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm in a station, man.
Patience, man. You sign the market here?
Yes.
I'm selling it.
Yes.
I'm selling it.
No market. Can't get some. I go look for Yancy son.
You go look for the market, you see some?
Yancy food, call it food price. The way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money you carry in, I mean, to the cold storage.
They put it back on my. Very rich.
How much for the face?
You buy snapper 14,000. What we used to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buy it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you can't go rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing now, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not bringing nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. Why they cause a motor runner running? They want not doing they want. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we want be able to scale our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of us, we not got more from the South God. And that basement we do, we not understand our children run to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
Rampant now, a more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zumi.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zumi that they bring in Jordan back up. Because we are trying to sell our push. But now Zumi, when he said I see that you are so sticking at it. So we asking him to please, we the parent of our boys children, we ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zumi. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back, hard time. Police people beating our children on the street. They say they should register, they should become over there, walk over that one, everything they do. But what police people home killing? That just one thing we just getting dropping like that. Tell him, don't Napa, tell him sorry. We're not taking somebody like for the country. So we should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God to go for it.
You know what you have take you for? But money ain't in the country now. In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're all there, all of
So, fellow Liberians, we urge you to please do us a favor. And that favor required of you is to hit for us the share button. And let's have a very wonderful time. So hit us the share button and let's have a very wonderful time as we listen to Mr. Boyka.
That Eddie was president, the ministers.
So
Every time we went to cabinet meeting, at the end of it, Ellen would ask me, Joe, what do you think about it? My answer had always been the same. Implementation. We did not implement well.
Why you did?
We were not, because you have
So was it running a one-man show
you have ministers here who were more concerned about their future, what they will become, than seeing running a government. The thing about it is that no matter what you do, you must know that at one point in time, you will have to leave the stage, but you must leave the stage right enough for somebody else to move it. But there were projects that came to this country that were, why did we, the airport, for example, why did we have to rush with it? Because we delayed decisions. Even the president, Ellen herself was frustrated many times with implementation. We did not take advantage of all of the opportunities. For me, sitting down here, when Nancy Pelosi came to this country and said, Ellen, you led the war, we'll light Liberia. I will pursue that. You have to light Liberia. Who followed up? There were a lot of projects here that could have been implemented. There were people who were willing to help. It wasn't just the president.
So, Joe, what was, I'm sorry, I call you Joe. I don't know. I'm getting away with
That's
this.
all right.
So, Joe, what was this? What was this thing that was lacking? Was it interference
What was
in
lacking?
family circles? What was
Which
lacking?
one? We're not talking about my becoming
Mhm.
president.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
talking about opportunities that we didn't make use of.
Why we didn't make use of that?
Well, you're talking about the human factor. You see, once you bring a team in, people thought that going to cabinet meeting, doing PowerPoint don't build
Presentation.
country. You're talking about getting up and implementing. The president, yes, had a goodwill, but the minister too were committed.
And you were so, and you were so weak to discipline the minister that week.
Well, I mean, I don't have power to discipline ministers.
You could have resigned, though. If things
Well,
were not going the way I thought they would go, I would
that's
resign.
what
I would
people.
quit.
That's what people will say. Quitting, what does it help you? It's a process.
If
You're
it
part
doesn't
of a
work, you
team.
guilty by
Right.
association.
So because you quit, so people can say, "Oh yeah, you quit." So what? I remained there to be part of a process to do what I could do. T-Max, even as vice president, you saw before the mansion
Mhm.
26 BMWs and 2 Alfa Romeo. I brought them. You saw fire truck. I brought them. Not even with the president's knowledge.
How did you get them done? How did you
Well,
get
you
them?
didn't know that. We turned them over to the police. What happened to them?
To boss them up.
Not even boss them up. Sometimes they took them for their private use.
So if you had to,
That's
if we had to catalog and analyze the 12 years in Ellen Johnson Sally, you and Ellen Johnson Sally doing,
Mhm.
was it a plus? Was it a gain, or was it a serious loss to Liberian people?
It was a gain, and it was also a lost opportunity because most of these ministers that came here, some of them came from away. They were not even in Liberia. Some of them came to be able to pay on their mortgages back in the state. We have to make sure under our administration that we'll get people who will think Liberia, love Liberia, and build this country.
Did you
That they are
succeed? Did you succeed in that frame of mind, or did you?
If I succeeded,
The totality of your government, did you people succeed?
well, we succeeded in many, many ways. But I'm telling you that we could have done much more.
Much more.
That's what
That's
I'm
why
telling
you,
you.
that's why you term it as squandering
We squander opportunities that were available to
It's a
us.
serious allegation, a serious crime.
Well, it is. But I have to speak my mind. What
Speak
I
your
believe in, T-Max.
And so that
I will leave it. I believe in what I believe in. And I think that the possibilities in Liberia are immense.
Mhm.
But with the right people, the right attitude, they're not going to happen.
they're not going to happen. Let's take a
Then seeing running a government, the thing about it is that no matter what you do, you must know that at one point in time, you will have to leave the stage, but you must leave the stage right enough for somebody else to move it. But there were projects that came to this country that went, why did we, the airport, for example, why did we have to rush with it? Because we delayed decisions. Even the president, Ellen herself was frustrated many times with implementation. We did not take advantage of all of the opportunities. For me, sitting down here, when Nancy Pelosi came to this country and said, Ellen, You lit the world, will light Liberia. I will pursue it.
Wow. So, look at it. With all the millions, fellow Liberians, see for yourself. Just see for yourself. See for yourself. So this era is abandoned completely. This era is abandoned completely. And the folks at the Ministry of Education will make you believe or to believe that in every nooks and corner, every village or town or villages or chiefdom in our country, education is top notch. But look at it. Look at this structure. I'm smelling feces. Yeah, the stench. This is where our young generation, the people who are supposed to take leadership of this country, this is where they come from. So and just show on that side. Get that, yeah, okay. All right. Okay. There will come in another, there should be another class. You can see on the wall A, B, C, D. So show it. Yeah. The Ministry of Education, fellow Liberians, is a shame. But I leave it to you. Let's go in here. It's another class. Abandoned. With the millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, is set in Monrovia. They ride those big SUVs. And you see them pretending. What is going on with Jaso Jala, the Minister of Education? I'm sure she lives in the States. She was in the States. And they won the election. And they brought that lady. There's another place here. I mean, the building is just totally in room. But they're supposed to be a public school under the Ministry of Education. Wow. So there's a hand pump over there. Let's go behind the building. Yeah. We're on a tour. And so the Liberian people can see exactly what is happening. How people are abusing their taxes. When our taxes are supposed to be used to impact the younger generation, we will no more around. Fellow Liberians. This is the back of the school, the Chisma Public School. This is the back of the school. You see it? This is the toilet where we come and release ourselves for defecation. My cameraman, this is what they use. This is what they use here for defecation. I think it's for the male, eh? This side is for the male. This side, you see for the girls. Female. Yeah, this side is for the female. What is here? International, what's that? The government. We raised that one. Government of the Netherlands. In partnership with GOL and UNICEF, December 12th, 2021. That was early time. They lock this place. The girls' toilet is locked. There's another one here. Okay, see CPS, public school. You see the sign there? Ministry of Education. GPE, UNICEF. Wow. Well,
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. We want to use this occasion to welcome each and every one of you and to appreciate you for always being present here, for always sharing, for always ensuring that you are with us. We want to say thank you so much. As usual, we ask that you hit for us the share button, invite as many persons as you can invite, and let's have a wonderful, wonderful time in discussing issues relative to Liberia. I want to welcome my own brother. Jake, how are you, Chief?
What's up, brother? Salute to you and the followers. I saw you on your King's FA. Yeah, you do your best. Yeah, you were rocking it. Yeah, you were rocking it. At least you represent on the Palava Hall. Yeah, it was nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, how's the area there? How's everything? How's the weather there with you guys?
Yeah, the weather now we're in the summertime here, you
Okay.
know, and as I told you already, they still fighting Israel and Iran because the globe, most of the top country in the world, like America, especially America, most of these countries around the world, they don't want for Iran to have nuclear weapons. So they're trying to destroy some of that nuclear plant and things. And so, but the global wars later they split, because of politics and other things. But a Republican Party led by Trump and other people, they say they will not allow them to have it. So they stay fighting. We hope that the war stop. Yeah, as you know, when the war, Iran produce more energy. Yeah, like they produce oil and things. Then so when that war continue to drag on, everybody will feel it in Africa because now gasoline prices and other prices for energy and everything will go high. So in Liberia we import for everything. The government not thinking. The thing surprising me. The government not thinking. The global crisis that going on, all these things that going in, they're talking about bringing people to justice for capital billing. That capital billing, boy, you find nobody around the valley. Yeah, finish. But you're dragging people. They're dragging people to distract people, Prince. Yeah. For me, it's getting sick. It's very getting sick because they're not delivering. So they're just dragging that case. And Gregory Coleman 2 years said, for you to tell the president, the justice minister, say, listen, Mr. President, the thing already happened. Maybe I want him in a cookie jar because we blunder from the beginning. So what we can do, we can allocate budget to run the capital bidding and let people be. Put that thing beyond there and see. But it's another wish hunt again. They want drag CDC into all these things. Yeah. Well, Europe is okay. Everybody doing good, but teen prices high. I don't know about America now. You look at what day to day, when Liberian people can say the bread and butter issue. The bread and butter issue in Europe now getting expensive. The daily need that people, the household need, they're getting because it take these trucks and other things to bring these commodities to the supermarket and other places. If the gasoline prices go up, the people got to add it up. So it's getting higher because I can remember the common thing like the sugar, the bread, the flour, they teasing. If you go on the shelf now, it's getting expensive. They adding cents there only. So and the salary not increasing, they're not carrying wages up, so it getting a little bit tough, but we pray that the war stop. Yeah, and when anything with you see the thing where the president don't know or the government not calculating, anything the people in the West feel praise, anything get high on us here, we tough on the Liberian people because we're going to be we send highest remittance in our country. Yeah, we say the highest. I think we next after, if I'm making mistake, we after Nairobi in Nigeria or something like that. Yes, he's sending money to Africa. Yeah, we are money top far. So our whole country economy depends on those in the West. They like it, they talk. So when anything affect us, will affect the country. So so I pray that the war get over. And nobody must start another new war. Then we can gain peace. Then probably then people will be able to circulate and do things here. But Euro is okay for me.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. We are hoping to have people here with us, others here with us, but we are good. And as usual, we ask that each and every one of you please hit for us the share button. Let's have a wonderful time as we discuss issue 4 and about Liberia. In a special way, I want to welcome all of you, especially those of you who are joining us currently. Kindeman P. Williams, you are welcome. I want to welcome Asata and Mela. Thank you so much for your presence here. Welcome all of you, distinguished people, wonderful people. I want to say all of you are highly welcome. Really do appreciate you. Emmanuel K. Seli, you are welcome. Godfrey Gawie, thank you so much. And all of you who are joining us, we do appreciate you. And we want to say thank you so much. Today is going to be very fascinating. Grab yourself a bottle of water or juice and let's have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful discussion. We want to look at our very first issue that has to do with what is happening in Liberia. I don't know, my brother Jake, if you had the opportunity to listen to Gregory Coleman, but I want to
Yeah,
play,
yeah, yeah.
I would like to play the clip for our audience so that they can have an
Mhm.
opportunity to hear and to
Yeah,
listen
that's
for themselves the press release of Gregory Coleman. Because in that particular press release, Gregory Coleman put out a lot of things.
Nations,
There were a lot of revelation that he put out. And he implicated the government in this entire stuff. You don't need to be a security personnel, a lawyer, or whatever to know that Gregory Coleman's statement was an indictment of the government. So I'm going to play it, and it's going to last for like about 17 or so minutes, but I'll just play the main issue and then forget about the other
Mhm.
one while we analyze it. So I'm going to play this, and we were listening to Gregory Coleman appearance and statement.
at this point in time, we have to be extremely careful. It's the nation's center point for information dissemination. I will be very, very brief because the reason why we're here today is just to make some clarity on this information that's out there in the media as far as the ongoing arson case is. As we may all be aware, this matter is before the criminal court under judicial consideration. As such, what we can and cannot say about it is extremely limited. More so, at this point in time, we have to be extremely careful because anything we say can be used against us in any way possible. So we'll be very, very brief and bring you just the facts based on how much we can speak about concerning this issue. However, before I move forward, I would like to draw the attention of the general public to the fact that this case is not just about the criminal defendants that are indicted and before the court. It is more about addressing systemic issues in this country. This case has pinched a lot of nerves for people of power who believe that the culture of impunity has been their guiding factor for the commission of crime. So the disinformation is coming from multiple sources. So I want you to see beyond this case and look at the fact that this is about ending the culture of impunity. Even the great corruption in this country is resident at home. So obviously, I expect the kind of attacks that we see coming from all angles about this particular issue. There's been claims and counterclaims about the police attempting to bribe suspect Yanti and trying to coerce him into lying on other co-defendants. I'm here to make clarity that at no point in time the Liberia National Police at any given instance have engagement with Mr. Yanti concerning any issue of bribery. Of the names that he listed, there's no one who has got any authority to commit government in that regard. More so, Mr. Yanti has been identified from day one as a person of interest in this case, and he has been on the run. Through mutual cooperation with the Ghanaian police, he was arrested and subsequently turned over. Mr. Yanti was brought back into the country on the 6th, the intervention of a family member who made a request that he was willing to cooperate and become a witness. However, we know that in criminal investigations, cooperating suspects are always dangerous. When he was brought in based on the request of the family member who assisted in this process, we gave him a chance to speak with him and to test the legitimacy of his willingness to assist in the investigation. In the process, it was proven that indeed he could not be trusted. He was already charged even before, he was charged in absentia, so even before being arrested. As such, he was brought over at central headquarters and subsequently turned over to the court. At no point in time did we ever intend to make a deal with him or to even promise him what he's claiming. The claims that you're hearing and counterclaims, I don't even know which one to believe. 50,000, 200,000, 2,000, whichever one it is. Though I can tell you they made requests that we would not honor. And at no point in time did we enter any agreement with Mr. Yanti to lie or to force him or coerce him in any way, shape, or form to speak falsely against any of the defendants. The LMP will remain resolute. This matter is, like I say, is before the court. We are still looking at for other suspects. Now that we have a full indictment, the diffusion, the Interpol diffusion that we have for the suspects that are alleged, I've instructed the Deputy Inspector General for Crime Services, Intelligence, and Interpol to upgrade that diffusion notice in the Interpol system for red notice. So over the next few days, that notice will be published. As soon as we get a feedback from NCB Monroe receives the feedback from Interpol, it will be published out there and be shared with our counterparts around the world to have those criminal suspects repatriated to Nigeria for prosecution. Mr. Yanti returned followed lawful procedures. He was accorded the due privileges. The Ghanaian police cooperated with us. The relative of his who engaged and asked us to give him a chance because he wanted to intervene. We have spoken to them. We have their sworn statements and everything. When Mr. Yanti came in, he willingly, in the presence of his lawyer, made sworn statement that we have on record that was videotaped and also written in by his own hand. The video is clear.
Sorry, we have heard enough of the garbage coming from the man who's supposed to be the police director of Liberia. There are few contradictions. You can just mute yourself. Yeah, behind this. There are few contradictions that we want to point out. We play you another video. According to Mr. Gregory Coleman, who's supposed to be the police director, that this process was done through the Ghanaian government or through the police force of Ghana. There was a negotiation, there was talking, there was a back and forth, was an arrangement, and through the help of the Ghanaian National Police or the police from Ghana, this particular brother was turned over. That is one. So, meaning that if there was an interaction, if there was any kind of, agreement between the Ghanaian government and that of the Liberian government, we will see an official communication, or there will be something that will be official. The man will be arrested. He will either be given an opportunity to or legal counsel or whatever. Because under this kind of international protocol, even somebody who is a criminal has the right to a legal team. Have the right to legal team. You have the right to have a legal person representing you, even in an extradition, process. So it is good that Gregory Coleman is saying that there was this extradition, Ghana government was involved, the Liberian government was involved. That is one. The second contradiction that I see in this thing, according to Gregory Coleman, the relative of this particular man thought to intervene after they put information out there that this man is X, this man is Y, and this man is Z. The family member of this man decided that he will intervene. You're looking for a criminal. The criminal was cited, or you found out where the criminal is. Then somebody said, no, wait, I will intervene. That is another issue. The third issue is, as we're listening to the clip, I will not go through all of it because of time. This identical John Nyati was brought in the country. Remember, according to Gregory Coleman, from day one, John Nyati was a suspect. From the first day, they were looking for him and he ran away. But they took this man from Ghana and they brought him. They put him in a hotel for all of these days. He was in a hotel enjoying himself, going around, communicating or doing whatever he was doing. And just 3 days ago, a few days ago, he was now taken to the police cell, from there, taken to the court, and now he's in cell. This whole thing here is confusing. Gregory Coleman has now made it very clear because he is the official spokesman as far as security policing is concerned. He spoke, we listened to him. And I'm going to play the voice of his uncle, and then our people will analyze. I want to play the voice of his uncle. This uncle that he went to in Ghana, courtesy of Kings FM. Let's play the uncle voice here.
Ambassador Yanti,
so
at the
that we
same
can
time,
listen.
of the Yanti's family, the government did not offer John Yanti any dues or incentive. The Yanti family, he now and I came up to incentives in exchange for testimony against former Speaker Funanti Kofa and other accused. Because the uncle talking now.
So this is the voice of the uncle that I want to play, courtesy of Kings FM, and I want us to listen.
The Yanti family, he the uncle, they offended. He said the ambassador, plenipotentiary, special convoy. He said I like looking. He said I like looking. So let me bring you let me play the asset so you can listen for yourself. Let me play, because there are people who are listening and by radio.
Portion my relatives to stop too much lying, to stop creating all sort of fake stories, because they're digging deeper grave. When John came flew or fled Liberia, and I came up to his aid to rescue and put him in a safe haven, not one of them did a call. Nobody never called. Nobody ever sent him like $5 or 1 penny for John. So why do I tell her about his whereabouts? You understand? Oh, the other things you already put out. Go ahead. Because she was talking, she was trying to pick stuff that wasn't in the right position. She was putting things out of place. I knew she was recording. So when she asked me, she pretended like she came to call to congratulate me on my appointment, and then later talked about John. To my utmost surprise, she asked me in terms of questions. So once again, I placed this call tonight just to caution my relatives to stop all that so-called press conferences they're doing, all that lies they're calling you, saying it should stop. Slow down, my brother. In due time, you'll get the truth. Follow the truth. Like I said, in due time, you'll get the full story.
So you listen to him.
So I want to move this from here. We are listening to the uncle. I want to go to my brother Jake. You've been following this entire stuff here, there, Yana. For the next 3 minutes, what is your own take on all of this? John Nante's story, people arresting people, Joseph Numa Boyka accused people on this very first day of the incident. In fact, less than 2 hours in the incident, Joseph Numa Boyka already said the thing that people committed the act, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Before we go low, police director start running behind people, even though there were police officers on the scene, but none of the police officers were brought in, none of the security were brought in. My brother, what say you about this entire stuff? Unmute yourself so that we can hear you, sir. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, Prince. The whole thing, that contradiction, the whole Liberian community, the Republic of Liberia, people outside, inside, they know this is a wish fund. It's not about anything. They already got to speak of shit. So what are they fighting for? Prince, first of all I think the police director said we're not superior at Liberian people, so it's a contradiction. First of all, it's our first branch of government that got burned. Anybody that escaped Liberia get arrested in Ghana with Interpol. First of all, not police, at Interpol. When Interpol arrest you, you will be in newspaper. Because I remember when the capital building burned, even in Europe, they have it in newspaper, they have it all over America, all over. Lot of cable TV, everybody carried that story. So not an easy story. It was a landmark story in Liberia. Our capital building burned on Joseph Boyka, never happened before. So if they arrest, he said from the beginning, remember one of the main suspects. If the main suspect escaped to go to Ghana and get arrested by Interpol through the connection with the Liberian security apparatus, first of all, Prince, is laughable. It will be headline in Ghana. Newspaper will carry it, media institution will carry it. First of all, they will call that guy to the Interpol and bring him back to Liberia with hiccup. Therefore, they will deliver him to the Liberian government. Therefore, they got to put from there straight to the police headquarters. It will be the headline in Liberia. It will be the newspaper in Liberia. So, Prince, I don't want to go in depth into this thing here because you know what I say. The Unity Party, the people good at propaganda, they playing game. They got nothing to offer. So they dragging, they proceed. Prince, that was for, you know, they got a smart guy, They know they can deliver the country. They've been dragging, they speak all shit. They went to 6 more, 6 to 7 more. They installed a puppet speaker now. They in power now. They can't do nothing anymore. We're in the rainy season. So what they're trying to do now to drag the other thing through the rainy season will go like 3 to 4 months again. You go on the year end. They get nothing to bring on the table. The issue they want to tackle, the most important thing they sort of concentrate on. Please remember, let me remind Liberians, when the capital building got burned, the guy in the Senate, I think that Amos Toy, and the one of them for the Senate, that on the CDC, I mean, that on the Unity Parties are, he said the whole court, it came with stated budget, $1.1 million to run a bill or to fix everything. Imagine, they even judge the case, they came up with budget. So they wanting that contradiction, there's a which one, they know, Prince, they already get a speakership. They get everything. So what they wasting that time on these kind of cases and things they for? What they wasting that for me? They wasting that time on these kind of cases. The meeting and attack on the country for you to make your country possible, evolving in the whole world and engage other countries to represent your country, to engage other countries to see how you can look for investors, look for money to bring in the country. They get no way out, please. The people from the beginning of the presidency of Joseph Boakai, that 100-day flop, they failed. The president traveled to many countries in a short period of time. Nothing. You got to say Jeremiah, they brought all these things. Jeremiah could go for the second time again for all these things. Contradiction. They just want to wish on that ball because the ball is affiliated with CDC. First of all, our uncle story, they other than looking for a job. The other than looking for a job, Prince. So I don't want to go deep into this thing here because for me, this is not my cup of tea. Yes. It's not a laboratory cup of tea. Let's talk about the bread and butter issue they used to cry for. You remember when they were in opposition, when God joy we have anything here that anything we eat, when they do their packet of power we eat. Now it's a table turn now. They should concentrate on the bread and butter issue now. The country, go ask any economy in Liberia, those that say they smart. Heavy inflation in the country. We get serious heavy inflation. Look at the rate. Everything climb up. Let us solve the bread and butter issue. You can never see the people propaganda win. Oh no, they're not winning the propaganda war anymore because they govern the country. So anything they say, we'll fact check them. People will go beyond them. So they not get nothing to do right now. So they will drag, believe me, will drag their case on 2 to 3 months. They go low. We can't do end of the rainy season. We're already in July now. Straight then we're going in July. Today I think the 20th. Yeah, today the 20th. July close by now. So they don't get nothing to deliver. So all these things are just distraction. They're not tackling the real thing, but you already stressed it. Okay, there when your own king's FN. So maybe friend will come into and say, but the thing now enough real thing anymore. Yeah. It's the Black Rebel tired with that kind of episode now. Yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother. The Liberian put tie with the episode. Let's go to our brother Frank. My brother Frank, welcome, and I hope you are doing well and fine. Last week, he was involved in an accident, Yeah, we are sorry for that. But how's the situation?
It went good. I mean, it was just I felt some minor pain. It was like what to the traffic light, and this old folks just behind me, boom, bumped to me. But yeah, the next I went to urgent care and did some surgery on because I was feeling pain on my shoulder, my back, and my knee.
They bumped to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I did some X-ray and stuff. Yeah, I did some X-ray. Everything came out good, but now doing therapy because it's just a pain and stuff and things. But we good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank God.
Thank God for that. Yes, sir. Let's hear from you on this whole, case. I'm sure probably you have had the chance to listen and to follow. Let's hear from you, sir.
Thank you so much, Brother Prince, and thank you to the viewer. Thank you, Wilma. From the initial stage of this whole burning of the Capitol building, it was already compromised, and we already got to know that it is the same government, the Joseph Boakai-led government that burned down the building, because nowhere in a sound country with a sound government a major thing of such will happen, and then the president become the reporter and then start accusing someone without even police involvement or without even police investigation, and then the government or the president come out strictly to start accusing people and calling names of opposition, okay, and calling them hooligan and calling them they are the people who burn the building. The building. A government who does that, it is a government that is actually in a knowing of how the building got burned. Now, and right after that, we have seen the patterns of investigation in which the way it been going, it is one-sided, and not even we as Liberians that are trying to focus on a reality. But I can tell you, even the outside world, they are following the trend of how this investigation is being conducted, how this investigation is going. And they know that the current IG is incompetent, and he's not handling the situation where, especially, this is a major crime. All right, we can say a building where lawmakers, officials of the nation, all right, where the Constitution is, all right, this building is burned. Obviously, it is the Liberian nation that is being burned down, and we see the government playing game out of such, situation. Now, here it is. Before I even get to this whole suspect of Mr. Yanti, where is the report from the American investigator that they called? They went and they investigated. We want to see the report. Where is that report? That, because you gave Liberian taxpayer money, you gave the money of the Liberian people, money that should have been used for institutions within the country. You use it and you pay outside, and went and they did investigation. And then after the investigation, where is the result or the report of that investigation? That number one, we need it. Now, let's get back to Mr. Yanti, because I am not an investigator, but in some other way, we are all investigators. Even down from our home, we start investigating our family and whatsoever and things. And then before even go to the higher level. Now, I may not be an investigator, but in my job, basically what I do, it is part of investigation in every way. Now, let's do this first. You know, from day one, this government has tried to play on the mind of the people. And they are still playing on the mind of the people. Before I get to Mr. Yanti, and I think I flagged this out before about Kun, the region speaker. He said they hold the country hostage. They came out with this chaos only because they wanted to have a ruling party speaker, just like how the CDC-led government had a ruling party speaker. That was a huge statement. They created the chaos, like he said. They created everything that went on. They hold down the country hostage. Things not happening because they want to have a UP ruling speaker, or a speaker that they think will be in their favor. And he went as far to apologize to the Liberian people. That is a statement that I think the IG should have looked at, that you guys hold the country hostage. That alone, it also means they bring down the Capitol building, and that is why they knew about it, and that is why when it happened, right away the president came out to start accusing people without any investigation. What the president know about that burning of the building? The president himself got to be investigated. Now, fast forward. Let's come back to Mr. Yanti, because there are a whole lot of loophole within this. Like I said, from day one, they've been playing on the mind of the Liberian people. Now, from this press release or report that the IG gave, let me say this for, he said, we want you to see, that means the Liberian people. He was playing on the Liberian people mind first. We want you to see beyond this, right there. Look what he's saying right there. We want you to see beyond this case. And then he went as far as saying the culture of impunity. So at this point, he's telling the Liberian people, you know, when things happen in this country here, we always say, let bygone be bygone. You know what? Let's put this aside and let's move on. So he wants for the Liberian people to actually believe that it is the people that they have accused bring down the building. That is what he's telling the Liberian people. Do not go by this culture of impunity. So think beyond this. Already playing on the mind of the Liberian people. Now, that is not a main point that I want to bring about. I'm just bringing that to the Liberian people for them to understand. Now, according to the RG, from day one, Mr. Yentin have been a person of interest from day one. That means at the initial stage of the burning of the building, they knew exactly that this man was a suspect from day one, the moment the building got burned. Now, if they knew from day one, they did have an information that they did not bring to the public. They didn't have an information that Mr. Yanti was going to be involved in the burning of the Capitol building. Now, if they knew something about the burning of the Capitol building, if there was noise in the loophole, what did they do to protect the building? Because in every sophisticated nation, all right, like Liberia is sophisticated because we have the educated people who are ruling the country, people who know about governing, people who know about leadership, people who went to, prestigious university. So Liberia is a nation of quality people this currently, or qualified people in this government. So they should know how to handle situation even before it happens. If they hear something like this, they did protect the building. They did put security system or security to the building because from day one they knew this was going to happen. Now, the security forces that were at the Capitol building, because I know that Capitol building have security forces in the night and in the day, because it is a place that need to be protected. Now, let's go to Mr. Yenti. I'm just laying my premises down, all right, for people to see here again. Now, from day one, Mr. Yenti have been a person of interest. Now, he went as far as saying, my question here is, before I can go to the family place, from day one, this man has been a person of interest. So my question to the RG is, from when, what did you identify this person as the person of interest? Because he said from day one. So what date? Was it a date before the family became involved? Because if he said from day one, that means this man was a person of interest before the family became involved. Because the family cannot be involved, and then he said from day one, because the family came in after, down the line. So if you say the family was involved or have been involved, and then you can say this man have been a person of interest from day one. No, this man became a person of interest later on. Through your investigation, I don't know if you accuse any of the family member, or you heard something about from any of the family member and you call this family member in while conducting your investigation. So that means there was a contradiction there. This man was not a suspect from day one and the family later came in. So now my question is, when did you recognize this man as a suspect or a person of interest? Was it before the family came in or after the family came in? There's a loophole right there.
Sure.
Now,
So
I got a lot of
we'll come back to you. Sorry that we don't have the luxury of time, but we'll come back to you. This issue is of national concern, and that's the reason why it is important that we take time on it, because it has to do with our democracy. It has to do with the way we flourish as a people. One of the reasons why every one of us will say we are equal is because of the law. It is only under the law that we are equal, or that we are supposed to be equal under the law. The law does not look at who is tall, who is short, who is in the executive or who is out of the executive. The law look at the facts. But it is unfortunate that this law that is supposed to keep us This law that is supposed to protect us. This law that is supposed to ensure that all of us as Liberians, we are protected. That this law is being abused by Mr. Boyka and his gangster. It is unfortunate. What we are seeing here, fellow Liberian, I don't know, Benedict Nyati, I don't know whether you are the relative of our brother Nyati. If you are, then we can arrange so that we can find a time to maybe bring you on or so. If you in any way are related to this brother, it's always good that we bring people out to be able to speak on this issue. So Benedict Nyati, if you are to some extent related, sorry. If you are related, then we can find a way to see how best we can be able to bring you on. If at all you are related to our brother Nyati. If you are related, then we can I'm coming, let me see. Okay, then we can be able to bring you on. But as I'm saying, we are looking at broad daylight gangsterism by the Boyka administration. We are looking at a broad day, somebody will say, tampering with the justice system. And this is not strange, especially from the end of Mr. Boyka and his gangster. It is not strange. The reason it is not strange is because from day one, we see that Mr. Boyka has decided that he will disrespect the rule of law. He will not listen to anything the court has to say. It is what he wants that will prevail, and not what is legal that will prevail. And it is sad. It is sad. You listening to the statement of the police director. You listening to this brother or this nephew or this uncle, sorry, of John Nyati. Everything that you are hearing from these people, they are all contradiction. Like Frank rightly put it, they are all contradictions. That the police RG will tell us, police RG, not different person, the person who investigating a case will tell us that from day one, this man was a suspect. So if this man was a suspect, how come now the suspect, he went into an agreement with him to the extent where a family member was the one intervening to turn this man over? How did that happen? How did it happen? But we should not be surprised as Liberians. And the reason is, I want to borrow from my brother Jake. The reason is, like we said from the very beginning, this thing, Boyka is cleverly trying to get at the CDC. And also is trying to escape from the questions that are very necessary for every Liberian now. That is the bread and butter issue, as we always say. These people are trying to escape from the scene. These people are leaving the cogent issues because they know right now, look, whether we like it or not, right now, the entire country, nationally and internationally, is focused on this case. We are not talking about the price of gasoline, nor the price of rice, nor the price of fuel, but everybody on this. So Boyka know that his agenda or what he came with is a complete lie. So he is looking for a way. Look, there will be one issue after another issue until Boyka leaves the stage. That's the plan of the guys. We listening to the clip from the beginning. This Boyka told us that under his influence, he was able to bring in the country 26 BNW. The first clip where I played, 26 BNW, according to what he said. He said he has friends in the international that can help him. Where are the friends? No. Let's leave that. But what is the project that this Boyka man here against that they have taken? That you can know that this is a fresh project that was initiated by this Boyka administration. What is the project? We're going to 1 year, 8 months now. What is the project? It is from one case to another case, from one case to another case. And let me tell you something. That is a clever way of giving an excuse. A clever way. You know, I will not be direct, but I will call a leader, one very prominent leader. That leader there, anytime people politically, when people want cause noise behind him in your own country, you can look for some kind of problem. I'm not calling the leader name, but that leader that own behavior. Anytime the opposition or other people behind in the parliament say, my man, you stay on here, you gotta go. They think here, you gotta go. As soon they try to bring noise behind, that guy can just look for another problem or another country. Then he start another different thing. So the people just forget about him, then they focus on this, but we gotta focus on the other one. Anytime the people talking serious political matter, you just look for some kind of thing, just cause some kind of problem, just come from somewhere and say, but nah, we can't focus on the politics thing here. We got to focus on the thing here. It has to do with security, protecting our country, our border, blah, blah, blah. So let's focus on the one, let's lead the one. So including the people themselves who will be asking serious political questions, they will say, oh, but I truly meant talking, we got to leave it. That strategy breaker on. Let me tell you, my people. Breaker not able to produce one tangible for the Liberian people. They prepare on ethics and vibes. That what they prepare is a crook. Let me tell you, you know, they prepare that crook. They prepare cleverly diverting people attention from the cup of rice. He cleverly diverting people attention from job, unemployment in our country. He cleverly diverting people attention from the stealing that they are carrying on at the executive mansion. Anytime people want to talk about it, when you know people talking about it, bana, then you go to another thing. You don't know. Let me break the news to you. Of recent, you saw that Spoon FM, and they used to go from one market area to another market area to go interview people. I'm giving you this story, and it's facts. The information ministry, let's say the government of Liberia, has threatened Spoon FM and will close them. The reason why you see that these guys are not on the streets, the way they used to carry on, how you call different opinion pool, to go in the market, hey, how the country looking, hey, how the country look. The government, through the Ministry of Information, have threatened them. I am saying this for you. Watch it. You will not see Spoon going out there again to go solicit. Maybe, I don't know, but let's see. They have threatened them. Somebody from within told us, give us this information. I say, my man, I'm threatening your man now. They threaten your man there. You say they think what they're doing. When they try it, there will be problem. They will end up closing down their station. They will end up closing down their station. Don't mind that thing that you saw, how you call our brother behind Jeremiah Kun passing around in China. That's so etty they own. So etty. They have threatened Spoon. That their public opinion. They will not go outside anytime soon. I don't know. Maybe they will do it, but they have threatened them with their public opinion. Where they go outside, they go out, people. How the country doing now? How we are time? How the other time? People talking. They have threatened them. Yeah, my people. They threaten them by way. They threaten Spoon. They say, you all know what we know. You bring people outside and can't tell that nonsense. We find something to put on the government. The government will find something to put on Spoon, and we'll close Spoon down. You won't be on Facebook, be talking. In fact, as I speak to you, 3 of the local radio stations that was transmitting how you call Spoon FM, one in how you call the place in Bon. I'm not going to be very specific to call the radio station name, because for some reason, sometimes we got to keep, we ain't get money to pay for information. So the people that Spoon who can pay for information, small information lead them, people can give it to us. So that I want to give. So the guy said 2 community radio stations in 2 of the counties. The government of Liberia, through Mika, have asked them not to broadcast anything as it relates to Spoon. So as I speak to you, 2 of the stations, the local station that used to, how you call, or transmit their program, the guys have put a stop to it too. Maybe along the way, maybe I don't know. I will call the name of the Sonny. I will try to keep my how you call my source, but maybe I may call the name. 2 in 2 counties, they have closed down. They told the guys nobody should be able to play anything yet relative to Spoon. Nothing at all. You don't do it.
So what Bweka is doing, these are all political maneuverings to get at the opposition. They claim that these people were involved. But then let me ask the question now. What happened to the security then where were there, my people? Let's be fair now. There were two different security forces at that particular Capitol building. The House of Rep, they get their own security, that is taking care. The Liberia National Police was also there. So why are we now seeing the commander? Because the commander on shift, when that incident happened, should also be called in. The police should produce the commander that was on the ship. They should produce the commander. When something happened on our guard, we are called. We are in a advanced country here. When something happened on our guard, we are called. I don't care. You like it, they will call you and say this thing happened when you were there. What went wrong? You will explain. They will call you to explain. So I think what needs to happen is, if this government is not political, the commander that was on the shift that night or that day when the thing happened must be called and must answer question. Where are we? Why are they not answering these questions? Gregory Coleman is the mastermind behind the burning of the Capitol building, my people. Let me get tell you straight. He masterminded it. Because they were doing these things to think that, look, their intention was not to make it to look like the way it went. In my belief, they wanted to just, do something that would just cause more damage. But unfortunately, it went above and beyond. And Bweka himself, on all indication, was aware of it. Bweka was aware that she would do something. So yeah, Mure pulled him from behind. He was aware. That was the reason why when he went on the scene, he immediately accused people and said, oh, people that burn the place, the hooligan, the this, that, and all the other things. Gregory Coleman is aware. The police are the ones who burned that place. Are the police. Nobody else but the police. They burned that particular place. The police. I'm going to rest here as I turn it over to our brother Jake. Brother Jake, conclude on this issue, and we'll go to Frank, and we'll go to our next topic of discussion.
Yeah, praise me. I say I told followers already, you help to share this video. I'm not going deep in this thing because we already know it's a game plan. Prince, let me say something to the Liberian people. Me, I don't think outside the box. Seriously, I don't think outside the box. When the guys were in opposition, Prince, all the noise they were causing, the Henry Costa there, they had a whole contingent of propagandists whole day. They blew all this social media for years and years. They wanted power. There were two answers for the power. They came to power, the Gafuane, all of them want to cause the Brahman, the first final minister, and they all used to go all the radical people there where they spreading propaganda. You see, I used to tell people, I will always say, one of the greatest final ministers that in modern history that Samuel D2, I will always say, they came to power now, all of them struggling, the country is broke. Prince, they get no way out. They believe. They surprise how Java were managing. Prince, so all that harmonization we need to be talking about. Oh, you harmonize our people, harmonize your vote. They not carry salary up? No. If you couldn't harmonize our country, that country going to be in deep trouble. When early judges said they were in power, they say in the United Party, they say they were smart people. Please, I get to know now. They sit in the chair now. They sit in that president. They say all the executive brain, whatsoever, they are dummy. Please, no everyone being scared they're smarter than you. They used to think they were the player and shaker all around the world. They get all the connection, but they get one. You see, they get any lobbyists in DC? Nothing. All that friends are running all around in Europe and all part of the world, carrying $3 to that country, investment, this and that. They're taking millions of dollars, find that minister for different countries, for Angola, for they all over the world, all over the world. These guys are the shakers and mover of Africa, Ghanaians, Nigerians, they all over the place. Liberian, bunch of Liberian people, they say they smart. What's it smart? The one they say more book. They're not smart. I've get to know that the United Party door more than the CDC. That whole thing, that thing used to be seen, more CDC people door. They more door people to take the choo-choo. All of them door. All of them are door student came with 5th degree from all around the world. From all around the world, Latin and Liberian people. They get through all of the past. The country getting a tough time. Really zero tough time the country getting there. They ever carry salary up? No. Education, all the things Jordan put in place, they brought everything down because why? They don't able. If you couldn't harmonize our country, their country going to go bankrupt. Our whole country going to go bankrupt. Some of them was smart through the army, and other people advance. They say no. The salary, they think you're doing it too much. Because the other nation on our ground putting billions of dollars in the country. So early judges said, no, they're paying a huge amount of money. When we took when the president took the mantle of the security on that, when ECOWAS, when all this other nation and pool all of the country, they level millions of dollars, 150 million left. Remittance and all these things are leaving. People not sending money there before. That government will crumble. The whole country is going to crumble. So they sit in power now. The United Nations are there now. Our natural resources are depleting. They're depleting. We are depleting. The iron ore, the rubber, the timber industry, all of them. Our timber industry was $1 billion industry. Billion. But now it's not billion again. We cut all our trees. So they're finding their hard time. Our natural resources not generating the kind of money we should generate. So even the CDC government is the last 2 years of CDC, the president was struggling a little bit, traveling all around the world to talk to partners to see to how they contribute to the country. We're in a deep trouble. People will think outside of the bus. Our country is a poor country. The United Party setting the seat that they able. They travel all around the world. This China will play matches. China, in front of all the dummy, China and America now they can see eye to eye. They're so stupid. They don't know they're dumb. I want to educate someone. They will carry a video today. Any business you do with China, you're in serious trouble. They know it. I don't know what they're thinking, but in China will do with Liberia. Well, our greatest ally, the people that funded on America, the greatest. China and America can see eye to eye. Russia, they can see eye to eye. They are different partners, different group of people. Iran, all of them in one box. Then you associating yourself with drinking yellow machine. But you can go to the yellow machine in America or Europe. They get nothing to do. They get money. They stealing plenty for nothing. Instead, they won't get money for themselves. The country getting a tough time. That's why they're restricting everything. Gregory Coleman come to power now. They see real reality. Every time they have a cabinet meeting. Sorry to say, but every time they have a cabinet meeting, they don't have no result in a cabinet meeting because they know what people to catch. They know what people to go. That's why I say they will make peace with the former president. I will say here today on the platform, the president have billions of dollars project to come when he's going to win the second term. All our things still on a desk. This government continue. Make peace with the government, make peace with the former president. You will see that way on the kind of things that on the president play for the second term. You will pass it to the next, you will pass it to them with the government because they're so arrogant, they're so vendetta. So that they do all these things in witch hunting people, but they're not seeing the way clear. When you have the inflation, the country is broke. I'm telling you, as any economy, go to World Bank. They're like finally statistics about Liberia. We're one of the poorest country in the West African region. One of the poorest, everything broken down. We're not getting no good health care system. So please, I get that thing go ahead, man. They cannot deliver. They cannot deliver.
My brother Frank, it's over to you, sir. Conclude on this stuff so we can go to the next issue. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you so much, Prince. I'm going to detail down quick on my points that I made here with Mr. Yanti. So I still want to detail this IG to make him look dumb and stupid in his investigation. Now, just from what he said again, right? He said, is that me? All right. I'm going to run it down. So
again, he tried to buttress what Mr. Yenti said, that various government officials and along with various police, how do you call it, commander or 102 or 106 or whatsoever, went to him to bribe him, right, certain amount of money to say certain things. Now, the police RG came out to say, no, they didn't do it. It was rather Mr. Yenti and his family that went to them requesting for a deal. Now, to the police RG, I know this is a high-level crime. Such investigation that is being carried out, it has been reported. I know for every investigation with this matter, it has been recorded to save it for whatsoever the accused will say, so that you can have it on record, so that you can use it against the accused in court. Now, according to the IG, it was the family and Mr. Yenti that rather made the request about a deal. Can the IG submit that recording or that statement from Mr. Yenti and his family in court? Because if he doesn't do it, then again, Mr. IG, the investigation is not, because such investigation, you have to have proof. You just accuse this man again that no, rather this man and his family came out with this. We need our recording to be clear in court. This man had a deal with you. Now, again, how can an accused have a deal with you, someone that you already have evidence, you already have all your information? The only time an investigator have a deal, okay, or mostly have a deal with the accused is based on your funding, based on your information that you have gathered. For example, if someone kills someone, but how they call it, DNA, everything has proved, and all of those things, evidence are left back, all attached to you, and they went to your house, they saw floating of this person, and the dead test, and the blood on it, and the blood came back that it was this person. So that means you carry some of the remains of this person to your home. Now, however, the body have not been found. Now, they can make a deal with you and say, listen, with all these evidence, we went to your house, we saw part of the person's blood in your house, clothing, and thing we did, how to call it, test, DNA, it came back to you. And the photo that you have, for example, this person's blood on it, the DNA, everything match, but the body have not been found. Now, they can make a deal with you to show where their body is so that they can reduce your sentence. Okay, so they can reduce your sentencing or the number of time you're supposed to have in court, because the police or the investigator, in order to have a solid case, they need the actual body. Even though they have all these evidence, but they still need a body. What Gregory is doing here is something that cannot be used in court. That is what he's using, what they call the lie detector test. The lie detector test can never ever be used in court. However, the lie detector test is there to put out the investigation, because the lie detector will give you the level of sweat that you gave in, or your heart rate and all of those things. Then it will give a roadmap of the investigator, right? Now, but again, he said they make a request to him. What was that request that they made to you? And what charges did you levy on this man already that they are making requests to you, so that you can reduce his sentence? Now, we want to know that. Now, he also said he was already charged before he was arrested. So what charges did you put on him before even he was arrested? Okay, that's another hole again, because he said family never came in. So what charges did you put on this man before even he got arrested? And then now, in one of his recording again, his press statement, he said they were working alongside with the family member to go to Ghana to get this man over to Liberia. And then in a same press release again, he said they were working with the Ghanaian authority, and the Ghanaian authority hold this man, apprehend him, and then turn over to the Liberian government. That's two statement right there. You said this man family went to him to get him over. Now you tell me the security apparatus in Ghana fought alongside with the security apparatus in Liberia to turn this man over. That's contradicting statement right there again. Now, he also said, Okay. He also said, this is what I put here. Okay, so now since this man was already charged before how they got arrested, now what was his charges and what request that they made? All right. So that means that man was already guilty. All right. So he's making requests already. Now, another thing here is on what funding? On what funding did they charge this man? Because this man was not in the country when it didn't happen, right? When it didn't happen, I believe he was not in the country. So then, on what charges did you charge this man? What funding did you find that this man was involved in the burning of the Capitol building? Those are the questions that we need to ask the police IG. All right. What was the role of Mr. Yanti in the burning of the Capitol building? We want to see these charges. We want to see these things. And then, one thing again, you cannot charge a man. You only gather your information, you only gather your evidence, and then you take it to the court. All right? And then, how to call it, the lawyer cannot defend him whatsoever. Then the court can charge him, the judge can charge him, but you don't charge a man. You can only accuse him, gather your information, pay your information, and then let him over to the court along with your investigation you have. Then they over to the court. But it's not you the one to charge this man of the crime committed already. You don't do that. You don't do that. The police can gather information and arrest him as a person of interest, like you said, and then get all your information to the court, and then the court can look at the evidence and then charge him, okay, according to the level of the crime. But you cannot charge this man. Why? Because you're guilty. Police are here. Those are a lot of mistakes and a lot of contradictions he have that show that these people have no evidence. And again, let me say this. We are talking about one of the Equan nations. The house, the constitutional house of one of the Equan nation is burnt down. And then Ghana police hold their suspect who is part of the burning of one of the Equan house. And then it is not in news. No news reported in Ghana that one of the Aqua house, a constitutional house, got burnt down. You know, these people, they are educated, like they claim, but the way they're running this country is a country that I don't even know how to describe it, because there's no word to describe those people that are heading this country. But again, before I rest my case, it is a clear evidence, it is a clear indication these people brought down the Capitol building, like you said, Prince. They didn't know that it was going to escalate. They didn't know that it was going to go this far for it to grow and die. Because these people believe, and their belief is they're going to make sure CDC be dead. CDC get out of the political arena of Liberia. So they did these things so that they think they were going to point it on CDC, and then it was going to hold, and then the Liberian people were going to buy it, the Liberian people were going to agree that it was the CDC that will look, nobody will affiliate themselves or associate themselves with CDC. That's what they thought. But their thought did not happen the way they thought it was going to happen.
You know, I'm sorry. This case, oh, I'm muted. Okay.
We can hear you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Am I clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. This reminds me of the case of journalist Darlington Pelena. If some of you can remember, in 2013, there was this allegation that Darlington Pelena, who was a journalist at King FM, was involved in an armed robbery. And let me just go back and remind you so that your mind can be fresh. During the era of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the King's FM at the time was one of those critical media institutions that was exposing the ills in society. We used to have the King's Sunrise, and etc., different programs. And those programs was intended to expose ills in society. And Darlington Pelena, being one of the, hosts at the time, one of the very critical voices working at that particular station, the government decided that they were going to ensure that all of those who are down there, that they are intimidated. One prince now, who is now living here, was working at King's FM at the time. He was one of those that were brutalized at King's FM. So what happened was that in 2012, according to them, they said an armed robbery took place. The armed robbers then, they ran away, but one of the armed robbers, he left a Adika behind. He left a Adika behind. And they went to go check the Adika, they saw that was Pelena. They said it was the journalist, Darlington Pelena, who was with the, the armed robber. While he was running, according to them, they said Adika dropped. Somebody heard his voice. Let me just go back to the Heritage article. That thing happened in 2012. It happened in 2012. It said the judge at the criminal code D at the Temple of Justice, Yusuf Kaba, on Thursday, May the 2nd, 2013, rendered a not guilty verdict in favor of Liberia journalist Darlington Pelena and two others accused of armed robbery. Judge Kaba rendered the not guilty verdict following final argument in the case involving lawyers representing the plaintiff on one hand, the defendant's lawyer on the other hand. The state represented the plaintiff while the public defendant of Mosorado County and another lawyer represented the defendant. During the final argument, the state lawyer prayed the court to find the defendant guilty of armed robbery, arguing that the defendant committed the crime. But in counter argument, the defense lawyer contended that the accused did not commit the crime, even though they acknowledged that an armed robbery took place on the 25th of July 2012. So these were some of the plots. It is good that we remind Liberians so that they can know. It's very important that we remind Liberians so that they can know that the people that we are dealing with, we know them from A to Z. We know them. We know their operations, how people can operate. Because they were trying to get at key journalists at King FM at the time and trying to close the station down, to bamboozle the station, guess what they did? They said Darlington Pelena was involved in armed robbery. They collected that fellow and carried him to jail. He spent good times in jail. Darlington Pelena spent good time in jail on an allegation of lie, only because they wanted to put fear in people who were working at the time at King's FM. After they went through it, I think it lasted for almost about 6, 7, 8, 9 months or so while these people were in jail, only to come listening to all of the arguments and everything. The people say, my people, the man I bring as an innocent man, the man know nothing about the thing. What kind of role will go steal in the night, carry ID card, and hang on a name, running the ID card for them? When they went through that argument in 2012, my people are begging you lead a man. In 2013, finally, say you forget about the man. You lead a man. The man is an innocent man. It is the same thing that is happening with this case. The government wants to get at the major opposition, and this is what they are doing. It's calculated. This is what they are doing. But again, all that we are here to do is to continue to expose the ills in society and to expose these gangsters who are using the Liberian flag to commit serious atrocity in our country. There are people dying on a daily basis. Armed robberies is on the increase. Our country is now just like a gangster republic. The police is not thinking about that, but they're running behind people who are innocent to create a case against Honorable Funati Kofa and others. It's sad. Why it is true that we seek justice, because we believe that that act is an act against our democracy. But Joseph Newman Boyka must be held accountable. Gregory Coleman and the police that were there, they must be held accountable because they are the ones who committed that crime. We move on to our next issue that has to do with the house. My people, there are plenty of things happening in Liberia. And sometimes we'll sit down, I don't know, we didn't even know where to start. The news under the government can't finish. Every day you wake up, I get new news, new one, you get over, just packing over and over. The House of Representatives is reviewing a bill that was submitted for the establishment of police trust fund. Police trust fund. Let me just go there and read this thing and give us a kind of clear picture of this. Okay. Just bear with me. They call it a police trust fund. Yeah, God. We take trouble in the people hand, my people. We take trouble in our hand. We take real trouble in the people hand. Yeah. Everybody, they found us. Somebody will say, they found us. Imagine. Yeah. Just a minute. Let me get this stuff here. Okay. So, the representative of Bon County District Number 2, in presence of James M. Collet of Bon County District Number 2, he has submitted a bill to establish the Liberia National Police Trust Fund. According to him, if that bill is passed, the trust fund will provide a steady financial support to the Liberia National Police. It is aimed at improving or to improve police operation, to upgrade the police equipment and their infrastructure, and to enhance officer training and welfare. He said the funds will also support the community policing, intelligence gathering, and emergency response. My question here is, we know that the police has a budget for intelligence gathering. We also have the NSA that is fully sponsored to be able to get any information wherever they are, whether nationally or internationally, that they can partner with other institutions. We know that the police have insurance, that in case of anything, they benefit from it. Having a trust fund and an independent body that will take care of it, that will be controlled by independent people, whether be a surveillance then or whatever. While the police get budget, they get other ways, and stuff like that. You're talking about passing, you have introduced a bill for police trust fund. But this idiot has never produced a bill where baby man will go to the hospital. Once you are a baby man in the Republic of Liberia, any hospital that you go to, you must give birth free. Then produce that bill here. They have never produced a bill where securities in the Republic of Liberia must be present in every community. Then produce that bill here. They have never produced a bill where when you are a Liberian and you graduate from the University of Liberia, at least you must be given an opportunity to 5 months of training on any job. They not introduce that bill yet. The idiot then they introduce any bill to be able to seek the welfare of the disadvantaged youth. They not introduce that bill. But they are introducing bill for police trust fund because the police now is seen as Joseph Numa Boyka gang who carry on his own atrocity for him. You gotta go to Cape Man and kill our people there. The police killing people or people dying in police cell. So they say, man, let's get trust fund for these people. I want to start from you, my brother Jake. What is your own take on this? The establishment of a police trust fund that was introduced by Bon County Representative James N. Colette of District Number 2. Where in your own district, the school, I will show school. I will show the school in your district. I'll show the school in your district.
The school.
My brother, let's hear from you. Why I go look for this school here?
Hello, and baby don't laugh because I see the school. Listen, praise the country, the unity party or the country, the people they can never in power in the lesson. They're all over the place. Your own, for example, your horse dirty. You want to clean your own horse, but you don't. They bought it making free.
Why are you talking? I will just be playing it. Then the school here in the man. The man will say you want to introduce bill to get police trust fund at a public school. There's a public school in the district.
They bought that. He don't face your own district. I think they see guy of voting here again. The other people so stupid. They make your own district get problem, serious problem. For you to tackle all these things for education, when police get that budget, you running to post on the table in the legislature when they say you're working. It's laughable, Prince. The guys ain't got nowhere to do. They get all over the place taking taxpayer money. Look at the video you show. It's a shame to him. I wonder to even send the video to a West offset. We're gonna build. We're talking about trust fund here. The country broke everything. We don't have good medical. Then you're talking about police trust fund. He just passing bill for them saying you're working. For them saying you're working. Shame on him. Shame on that guy. Toilet Prince. Shame on him. Like when I'm buying like a story. When I hear about police trust fund. As you said something because you're in security. You part of the security. You treat on security. These guys are raising fund. They want to raise heavy fund. To crack down on many things. That trust fund, that thing, I just wanted to empower the police. Tell empower, as you said, the Boyka police. For them to crack down on a lot of people when, as a year going forward, 2027, 2028, because the opposition is a shock, especially the CDC president. He's the only threat to their presidency. He's the only man standing in between their power. That's the only man. The George Weah, the only man sitting in care. He's the only sole man in the Republic of Liberia sitting to embarrass that power. To embarrass that power. So the whole fear in that 2029 going forward. Imagine a country that ruling ain't got 2 good years here. The vice president, all the hierarchy of the Unity Party, they're talking about 2029. Please, I never see it before. 2 years, you get 4 more years, only 4 more years, and now come here good. For them to think out of the back and look for money and see how they can convince the Liberia people work hard for the Liberia people to put them buying power. Now they're talking about 2029. All of them looking, they forming coalition, they improve and group to unseat other people for them to face themselves for 2029 because I told you, Boyka will not be running. So the only men are standing between them. The only men are standing. And George, we are no political no different person. You can name me 4 persons that will is a threat to the Unity Party. Only President George, the former President George, is a threat to the Unity Party. So they're doing everything in their power, in their weak way for you to not take the mantle of authority again. Like George, we are 2.0. The same way Trump come to power. That's it. So they will do everything. So they will empower the security apparatus. Well, you're watching see 2027. You're watching see 2027 go to 2028. Like Robbie, a nasty country prince. PDP are predating any time of come to pass. I'm predicting it. I was here one day. There will be nothing they call 2029. I will always say to the Liberian people, they'll say, but what you mean? The year will come. It will be that year will either break Liberia or destroy Liberia. Listen, the people want power. They're anxious for power too much. Especially the let me tell you something. Even you that here, you are threat to the people. See what threat, because when you did, you gotta be very vigilant in America, outside of America, anywhere you going, because you one of the strong voice down in the whole West. The whole West silent. It's silent. Nobody on social media. And when you did in America to check Jeremiah couldn't do no time, you are serious threat to them. So you gotta be very careful how you're moving. The day you leave in Liberia, the day you go into Liberia to visit, inform your country, inform America that you're going to that country. You might not trust nobody. I'm getting the real information. You are serious threat to that power. You get the voice going louder and louder and louder and louder and what making it powerful more every way, causing when you're breaking you in one by one, probably after some time next year, you will be a regular guest on that show. You ask it just in there. So they will take tough time. So you gotta be vigilant with the vice president, other people. You are threat to them. See what threat. You are journalist too. You are the podcast owner. You are everything. You gotta be very smart how you move. The day you leaving, the day any other podcast are leaving, we gotta inform our government here. We say going to Monrovia will be here so time in case you can never just leave Europe or America to not inform your state or your authority. Gotta make somebody to know in case anything happen. Let me say this. I think that all that threat, they can making all Liberian people. We know where that family living. Their family, all of them all start. So you're going to be afraid of Gregory Coleman? No. Gregory Coleman, they get family, they get a relative, they get a children, all of them are in the West. That in Liberia now. Majority get a family also. So you kill anybody family, your other family will be haunted. You think it will go for free? It can never go for free. You can kill somebody or you want somebody destroy somebody on a career because of stupid politics. Because you're not proceeding the right way, they try to expose you and check you, then you won't go kill somebody. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. If it happens, they too will feed the weight. They will feed the weight. We're in the West. Then wait and see. Thing will change later on. All that thing when you take the packing down, then we'll see what will happen. So he know. People know that they cannot embarrass nobody. They can never embarrass nobody. I even said here to someone before. I said, I know what's your children living in London. In Sweden. We know them. They see when you're be looking at people who looking at you too. The day you harm other people for just stupid politics, when you were vocal during George Weah time, no political prisoner under George Weah 6 whole year. Now you're having you won't get political prisoner because of greed at Waka living power. You're not even going by power. I don't know how you ruling the country. For what reason? He living power, you're not coming back 2029. You'll be 85 years old. Lead legacy. Let the rule of law exist. Stop trimming the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. You think you harm people, they will not harm your other parents, your father family? Watch and see them. Watch and see. Time will come by 2027, the game will be played. So, you get going there without horse something, it laughing.
Thank you so much. My brother James, he was asking, Emmanuel was asking question. This guy is from examining Liberia under the microscope. This is the district of the man who say he want to introduce bill for police trust fund. But in your own district, look at the public school in your own district. They're the main district.
I know Babra. I know call it Babra. This place, we are in Pengbas town. And this is the Pengbas town public school.
I just listing few before we go to James.
Which client are we in? Yabayong Clan. Former district, Lower Bond County, number 7. For the family is a representative
of this district.
Other from Bon County. This is
Education officer,
another district in Bon County
education
where
officer.
James is also, he's also from Bon County. He get
take
family
you
member, he
in
get
the-
friends in that particular
the
district.
public school.
These
The
people
public
were able
school,
to
when they say
take people
public,
from this
it's owned by the
particular
government,
district
and
to go.
people own it.
According to the information that we have gathered, they took some people from this particular district. They Jim Coleman took some people from this particular district to carry them to another district so they can go and vote for him. Look at the public school that there. That the public school, that government school in this particular district, family district, they play where James went and took some people to go and vote for him. That the public school here, honor Joseph Newman Boyka government. That
Now
here,
look at the school.
the public school here, government
This
school.
is the Ministry of
The way we get
Education runs
G12 in
school.
Morovia,
The Ministry of Education
we get GW,
running
give
this,
people G1
I think it's an office here.
that on school here.
So, but look at the fellow Liberians. Look what
Joseph
they
Newman
did here.
Boyka, the rescuer, the public school here.
All the millions of dollars given to the Ministry of Education.
So let me just stop here as we go to our brother Frank. My brother Frank, the lawmaker in persons of James Blair, the man say he want to introduce a bill for police trust fund. Even though the police has a budget, when it comes to information sharing, dissemination, etc., there are other agencies that collaborate with the police. But the man say no, it ain't enough. You are one of those who are part of the majority that Joseph Newman Boyka used to ousted a legitimate speaker. So the man say they must get police trust fund. Let's hear from you, my brother. What is your take on this?
Thank you so much, Brother Prince. There are a few things he said in there. I don't know. Some of these people, they just want to draft a bill because some of them think that with their presence, somebody got to be muted. Some of them feel that with their presence in a house, right, they need to do something. So that alone put pressure on them to come out with a resolution or to come out with a bill so that it can be in the archive that it was this person that drafted this bill on the floor, right? But the issue here is he said a few things in there, which of course within that drafting of that bill, if I were a representative or a senator, in no time, I will make that bill irrelevant. Now, he said within our bill that he want to create a police trust fund, and through this trust fund, it will help for policing equipment. All right, for policing equipment. So does that mean the police department are the one producing police equipment for that department? Are they saying the police is responsible to produce equipment or uniform or ammunition or batu and those things? The police are responsible, or the police have a budget that need to be drafted every year or every term by the house? All right, that how many million or billions of dollars for the fiscal year coming for police enhancement, not from police trust fund. Now, they also said this trust fund will enhance, will enhance, policing. How is that trust fund going to enhance policing? So the police apparatus, it is responsible for itself now, or the security apparatus in Liberia? Are they responsible for themselves? Are they responsible to generate money for themselves, that you want to create a trust fund? Now, let me give one example of this. We all live in the diaspora, right? Thank God we live in Osawa and we are exposed to knowledge, to information. Now, you see in every city here, right, in the US, every city, right, the police department in that city, they have something called police trust fund. It did not come from the Senate. It did not come from the House. It did not come from the federal. The police trust fund, that is why most of the places in the diaspora or in America here, you will see something like police credit union. That police credit union was never created by the House. It was never a draft that was drafted by the House or by the Senate or whatsoever the situation may be. Police credit union, for example, the police department here in almost in every city here, they send an envelope to almost every houses. And then sometimes they can even call you, okay, asking you to contribute for policing within the community and those things. Now, that money, those money, imagine every household, for example, just sending 25, 10, 15, 20, 30. And some household might even get 100, depending on what they want to give. All right? Those money are collected and then put in a police trust fund. And that's why you see police credit union. That police credit union, it did not come from a drafting of a bill from the House. No. That police credit union, these are the money that they generate, and then they put it in there. And they call it police credit union or police trust fund and those things. And that money is not there as a money, all right, to buy equipment for the police. No, that money is not there to enhance policing. No, it is there for different benefit of the police, because that is not even a federal, okay? That is not a federal money or budget that is being put in there, all right? So right there, by you doing that, first of all, you're compromising the police, because another government will come in. They're not going to go by that bill, because it is not the responsibility, okay, of the state to create a police trust fund. If the police want to create a trust fund, the police can get together, all right? They create their own trust fund and find a way to generate money in the community and find a way to gather money from the citizen and then create their trust fund. But you can't have a physical budget for police enhancement, for police equipment, and then you come out to say you want to create another budget for another thing that doesn't make sense when we have a lot of sectors. But let me say this. The reason why these people are coming up with such a resolution or assess a budget, right? The reason why they are coming up with it is because these people have seen the police on one side. It is a reward or incentive that they want to get the police, because that in itself is a form of dictatorship, form of government. Because what's going to happen here is these police will not see it as a means that this government is in our interest. This government has created a trust fund for us. So anything that they want for the government to do, they will do it. And that is why they are rewarded. There was a state police that went and killed people at a bee mountain and they said nothing. It is the same police that is beating students, just students who are asking Joseph Brocklight about opening school, about reforming the school, because they came and said, what much money we have get was not due. They were trying to reform it, to even make it better. Now, students went to request that you have to reform the educational system. So all the things they about, everything they preach about, everything they campaign about, that when they want to reform the educational system, bring back the educational status for the children, for the kids, that the next generation of leadership within the country will have a foundation of government, will have a foundation or a leadership skills that they will be able to lead the country, that when they lead, they are going to set a premise. And these premises that we are setting is just what you call the educational reform, that when we had the latest school of buildings, okay, look at the building that they were showing, and you are a representative. You are a lawmaker in this district. Instead of creating or drafting a budget to have a police trust fund or whatsoever. Now, are you going to create a trust fund for all the security apparatus in Liberia? I don't think so. No, you have these schools that you need to reform. You have these schools that you need to bring to life. Look at the food building. These people, these government, and their children, what is the environment and over there to live? My God, these people that are children will not see They never take
Got a question the minister asking again.
area to go to
We learned it from in serious too.
They will take their people out of that place, send them to Ghana, send them to Morovia for better education. But look at
one
the
of my first day, I will not share you. But where everybody talking about your social media, then somebody will send him an inbox.
You are a representative in a district, and you drafted a bill for police trust fund when the police already have yearly budget for police equipment, for police enhancement. And then why do you want to waste money? Why do you want to waste taxpayer money? Again, this go to the Liberian people. I mean, is it called Judah 17 or Judah 7? I think these are the things that you need to have on your placard. These are the things that you need to come out to voice out to protest, to tell your so-called rescue government of what they are doing. I mean, if you were set again, all right, the next election, you elect such a man that is not looking up to you, but that is looking up to police, giving power, giving power to police to come and beat you, to catch you, to brutalize you, and they see it as an important, they see it as protecting the citizens. Why the blind, the disabled were on the street protesting? Imagine that. The blind were on the street protesting. These disabled went and lie down on the street, middle of the road, protesting. That was the prophecy that was given about this government. That if you guys put this 90 years old man, I mean, when you keep saying this man 86 years old, you keep bringing this man down for gospel. This man is done. This man does not know his age. So we would tell his age. This man is 90. All right. It was prophesied that if you elect this 90 years old man, you will eat rock as food. You will eat sand as food. And this is what's happening. I mean, imagine people who got eye, see, they got their physical body, everything, right? They are going through the struggle in Liberia. I mean, how about the disabled? I mean, it was so emotional and disheartening to see these people. And then, in fact, the police, imagine that. Police came and started brutalizing the speaker for these disabled people that were protesting. Imagine that. Police came to arrest the speaker. So, these are the reason that they want to create a trust fund for policing to be brutalizing the people. It is an incentive. It is a reward that you are giving to the police to brutalize their citizens. Imagine this. Disabled cannot even ask the government or question the government. That's the kind of society we live in. And it was prophesied. You left a man who danced with the creator. And when you put in a man who dances with the devil, and you said, Joe, we are dance, Buka dance, right? Well, both of them danced because Buka said he was dancing. Both of them were dancers. But one was just dancing a righteous dance, and one was dancing a demonic dance. And we let them dancing a demonic dance.
Thank you, my brother. My people, those of you that don't know James Coleman, this is the lawmaker. This is the James Coleman. A young man who should be thinking about the future of his brothers and sisters. A young man that should be proffering bills that will be able to help save his brothers and sisters. And he cared for it. Because he was one of those who were heavily involved in this issue of burning the Capitol building. So he has come now to reward the police and say there's a need for us to reward the police. You see that? He's one of those. Look at his face. Hey, face. Look at him. Look at him, Google. Hey, look at him. James Coleman. He was one of those, or in the majority black. That's why I say for them, they call for them to burn Liberia down, they will burn Liberia down. But Funati Kofa can be speaker. He's one of those. But today, this man is brave enough to tell us, after they have used, and see, look, you can see all of the signs are pointing towards the police being involved in this whole Capitol building arson attack. So after the police carry on the act now, the other one, he said down for long, he said, oh man, the police got to pay them. The police got to pay. Gregory Coleman, a group, we got to pay the people. The people did a good work for us. The people made today now we have a regime speaker, the force. So let's create some kind of avenue for the police now to at least get a small thing. And you see the idiot. I just show you a county, bon county. District number 2, a man family district where he took some people from to go and vote for him. You see the public school, that syrup public school down there you're looking at, so that's you don't play with that school you're playing with, so that syrup. To them now it's a syrup public school. But these people are not brave enough to even a 5,000 personal initiative can put that building in a very can submit bill. Now I'm not bad. I myself being somebody who is, I'm not saying it is bad. But like my brother is saying, in the country here, in fact, sometimes some of you may receive some calls. Or you call and say, oh yeah, we are calling you from XYZ, to render help, to the police and blah blah blah. Sometimes they do this random call. Some of you might have come across it before, or you might have received this call. They will call you. Where I'm John, so and so, I'm calling you from the police trust fund, in whatever way that you can be of a help, blah blah blah. They call people. But we're not even talking about the United, because you can't compare. The system here is too well sophisticated as compared to Liberia. Be thinking about how you can be able to empower the people, give the people job. Didn't get people job. They ain't talking about creating trust fund. You won't talk about creating trust fund for the disadvantaged youth that is increasing every day. The people who just said you might work a lot to and say we can't rescue you. You went there and say you're going to take drug tests. 0 pound one consumer. Can you imagine? That papa can drink pound one. Like, hey, when you finish drinking, he can go to well 3-4 days. Pound one can make that one suffer for him. Oh, he can't go to well 3-4 days. He didn't want to say you go take drug tests. You're not thinking about the disadvantaged youth that on the street. As dangerous as it is, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about enacting something that will be able to help our mothers. Look at the last time it was a disgrace. My alma mater, AME University. They got to go to JFK to go pay for women and where JFK hold hostage. Can you imagine? In JFK hold women and hostage. Women that go give birth, they ain't got money. JFK say, yo, we hold you. They hold the people then there. The people that were there for almost 1 month, hold them. Imagine. It was AMEU. And I want to say to my alma mater, we appreciate you. It was AME University on their 38th anniversary. I had to go to JFK and say, we can't pay for you, so you can go home because JFK holding your hostage. You're not talking about that one. But the things that are not really of pressing issues are the one you're talking about. The people who get budget. There is budget for community policing. Yeah, they get budget for it. They get budget for logistics for the Liberia National Police. They get budget for logistics. You can't sit down, you can't talk about police fund, which is not bad. I believe that. But are we there yet? Are we at that place that we'll be talking about police fund? You can't even create job for your own people. We're talking about police fund. Police, they're killing people every day. Police brutality, police beating people. You don't pass law that will be able to seriously caution the police, but you want for all to give money to police. Hey, that's stupidity. We're telling you, people, some of them, that the money they're eating from us that made them to be stupid beyond reasonable doubt. They say, oh, we lying. Someone else say, oh, we say. I can be there. Anybody that eating people money when people ain't beyond them, they can just do. And you see, those are all who can work for our money. In a country here called America, really work for our money. We can't use our money stupid way. But in fact, in the Western world, we don't use our money stupid way. That in a country, I can't say that and say, I mean, you see, rich people, when in Liberia, we used to have the perception when you get money, they say you buy hell about big clothes, you dress this, that, you get the other one, you get that other one, then you see your bling bling on you. I came here, I saw some money people, I said, but they man, I'm money man, yeah, so where's my man? That man get a whole establishment. You see the trust inside the man wearing, say, but when I work on a dungaree, we Liberia, we call it dungaree. What kind of dungaree on the man, yeah, so? So in a country here, we found what's it? We don't get too much dressing business. We don't get too much bling bling business. We not get too much. So now when you go and see her in Liberia, maybe the only way you will know that someone over for somewhere, maybe when you look at the color, because they play here, the cook and give you hard time, other thing you look at the label and taste that, other thing, maybe you see our feed where that is there. Or maybe the way we talk or the way we comport ourselves, that you will know. But we work and struggle for our money here. We know how to use money. We know how to use money. We know how to use it. Because it's not easy. So people who, you know, they can just get money any kind of clandestine way, they get time. They can get used to waka waka. Song and a song, the Nigerian people sang. Our money, oh money, African money, Oga they chop and pata pata. When Oga chopping your money pata pata, he now working for it. Any time he want money, he take it. That's how he can behave. They can be confused. So your man Jean Colette is confused right now. They make confused now. Because all the kind of corrupt, a few days ago, just to sit down in Boulevard Palais Hotel, the place where they were sitting down. You know how much they took from Joseph Numa Boyka to just move for Natikofa? It's not small money they got into. $40 million almost missing from the budget. Your man Jeremiah Kun, your man, how you call him, Rachel Kun, he carry a budget up. These are all trusted confidant of how you call Rachel Kun. You call him money, you drop all the money, get in something around $40,000. It's not small thing. Honorable Collins carry evidence to Ministry of Justice. Say, all that money here, 70,000 the people get all. Let the money here. They are not even investigating that case. It's not small money they can't eat. So Jean Colette is rare to do that kind of nonsense. The man rare. And that's the reason why Liberians, you must come up on the 17th of July and tell this idiot that enough is enough. They must lead. They must do your work. I want for us to move on to the last issue that has to do with what is happening. You know, the United States of America.
We get too much time. Go gone 2 hours now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Web-based. Anyway, yeah. Well,
we
let's
just
just open up and then we'll give each of us the next 3 minutes to just talk on anything you have on your list. Then we call this a day because
let me
for 1 hour before. So go ahead.
Let me say something, Prince. The Unity Party, listen to me. Let me remind Liberians. The Unity Party noted for phones. We remember. Let me remind you. The quick to forget. You remember the Army pension fund where Burmese Samukade where so let's see. The guys clever. Let me tell you. I will get in that credit for stealing power. But Prince, and the people Prince. According to the United Nations, the World Bank, all this early Johnny Sally government, one of the most corrupt government that existed in the country. You're feeling forgetting the data are there. The evidence are there. Not me saying it. The World Balance say it. All the monetary institutions say it. One of the most corrupt that receive billions of dollars, 12 years on that tenure. He have almost 5 billion foreign direct investments. Facts. They corrupt to the core. So they will bring funds and say the other funds here, you go load the eat it. But some kind of tell with the military, the army pension fund. Where joy we are getting executive clemency free for that whole dilemma. He found guilty as a self-president today you in the government. He who in the government, your big man in the Unity Party government, they noted for corruption and nothing will come for it. The records are there. They see the executive mansion today where the president sitting down. Millions of dollars were allocated to renovate the executive mansion on that tenure, on the facts. They never faced the executive mansion years and years. George Weah cannot come to power with a letter in Nathaniel McGay, Genius McGay, Samuel 20, and how they renovated that executive mansion today, the seat of the president, where they sit down and enjoy. On that tenure, was there 12 years. We saw it. Early were working nearby that place. They couldn't face it. They had unquoted money for the budget. Go to AEC, over $300 million during on a president. That the facts were there during that presidency to bring electricity to the country. They failed. Now, while I tell people, they quit to forget. Early in the period, they had generator who care people in the country, generator all over the country. Facts. Generator upon generator. Generator repair were making money. They were George King now. You couldn't see generator again. So they're not winning. They can't win the tangible. Why the people why they buried in a few days? Every project that Joya was making, they try to take the project people come on Facebook bashing them. You don't see them talking about project again. They can't only go on no job project no more because the country, the main fingerprint all over the country. Facts, the fingerprints are all over the country. So for them to continue the main project, for them to get the main acknowledgement and say, okay, yes, this is a government continue just judge that project. We got to finish that project then before we continue our own project. Please remember they used to say they got a blueprint. They see can say you get a blueprint, we'll do the work. So government continue, but they want to acknowledge the CDC government, especially the president, because they get the hatred of the president, too much hatred embedded in our DNA. The whole contingent of the Unity Party, down to the small man Unity Party, you ask them on the street today, they can never tell you nothing positive or George Weah. They seen it, the road and the rally, all the federal roads and all in the country. They used to call it like sour we eat. All these things there. The Unity Party have quit. They will never ever tell CDC people they do and they quit. I never see people when they so-called bookish, but when they just in one bubbles. They're not clever for not. Nobody will be scared of them with argument. They door. When the people cannot come to the West, they convince the smart the people there to bring millions in our country. When Georgia, when they say we're not educated, they're all over the place bringing millions. Any trip you go to, you bringing money. You know, take party that adore people, friend. You can come here, brother. Come in close now. Dog group of children and get beam off.
Yeah, you know, here it is, things right here it is. You know, the Unity Party, they are more of destruction. Because they say Unity Party. A statement made by Justin Salis, right? A capital building, to build it, right?
Yeah.
All of the branding of the capital building that they will build it, and then on them again. They say United Party again. They bring the capital building again. Now they're accusing other people, but they can't find evidence for who to point it on that. Hey, this is why it is X, Y, Z, and things, right? So these people are known for destruction. You know, destruction and destroying the country and killing Liberian, and they don't have time for Liberian, right? But you know, let me say this, you know, but the prince want to say something, and me, I'm gonna go there now. For you, Unity partisan, don't take what I'm about to say in your favor, not in your favor either. All right, I'm just a Pan-Africanist. Now, brother prince, for this Asian issue, I'm going to go for the lion in the house. And the lion in the house is the United States. I am not going to speak for the US when it comes to this Asia issue where the current government, the stance that they are taking, I'm not going to speak for them. And the reason why I'm not going to speak for them, because it is their government. Yes, I'm not going to speak for them. It is their government. They sponsor this government. They run propaganda against our government. So this is their government. I'm not going to speak for them. McCarthy said it. McCarthy said they sponsor the media to remove George Weah. They put money in the media to run propaganda against George Weah. And we saw McCarthy vigorously running propaganda against George Weah, saying things that was not truthful. Now, let me remind people here, that's why I'm not speaking for the US. Whatsoever this government do against the US, I'm in support of them. But it is that government. What they pour in, it is what comes to money. It was the same United States government where they're not censuring a key government official in President George Manasseh government, and then said there was a contract that was not given to an American contractor, but rather it was given to a local contractor. I did a research on that, all right, and I did a presentation on it, okay. And that contract, it was not a Russian contract. Well, this man was a Russian. He have a Russian background. The American government, under the leadership of Gina Yellen, the United States Treasurer, didn't they sanction key government official in President George Manasseh for corruption? Didn't they accuse President George Manasseh that President George Manasseh was a dictator who was not giving opposition chance to voice out? Okay, in a democratic nation, they did that. They run propaganda. Okay, they run article, they put it out there, and Despo TV, the opposition talking. They run with it. Where is General Yelling today? I should come and sit out here and speak about the thing or the Liberian government, common government is having against them when it comes to the relationship between Israel and Iran. I'm not going to speak for them. It's good for them because it is their government. So they should deal with it. They should go with it. They should go with it. Whatsoever they want to do to Liberia, let them do it. And the Liberian people go through it because it was the Liberian people that sat down there and listened to the same US. And I used to say this. I said the United States, they are key partners. They are key ally that we can take it up. That we will not take it from them. All right? Because I think if Liberia is to do business, okay, with any nation, despite our differences with them, okay, systematic differences with them since 1847, despite that, we still see them as our key partner because the truth of the matter here is, right, there's no country in this world Liberian can freely go other than the United States. That's just one example. So no matter what, all right, if there is a way or a partnership that we need to build, the United States, we cannot take it from them. But you know what? Sometimes we need to tell the United States the way in which she do this country, it is bad. It's like she should be neutral, she should be fair on how to handle every government that comes in. I mean, if a government comes in, and it's not all the time a government going to agree with you, but if they don't agree with you, all right, don't use sanction, don't use sanction against them, don't use a propaganda against them. That's a way you need to go in collaboration because you know what? Even though we are saying the United States is a key ally, the United States too know the importance of Nigeria in West Africa. The United States know the importance of Nigeria in that region. They know we need to tell the US what Liberia also do for the United States in Africa too. It's because Africa or Liberia is a strategic location, okay, for its operation, whatever operation she want to do. So the United States can't keep pulling out and they will want to speak to them. I'm not going to speak for them. That's part I recognize that and they need to remain our good ally. But you know what? She's not fair in her judgment. She's not fair in how she do things in Liberia. And that for me, it hurt me when they ran propaganda against a government that was for the interest of the people and they made Liberian people to go against their own government through propaganda. No, let them read article, let them come out to sponsor the media against their own government reporting. I'm not going to sit here and talk about what the government said between Iran and the US. I'm not going to do that. It is a cup of tea. Let them deal with it. If they want to punish Liberia, let them punish Liberia. After all, it is not Liberia. Ghana too is going through the same situation because the youth of Ghana, they are waking up, so they are not seeing Ghana as a place that they will penetrate easily. So, but I'm not going to Ghana side. But my point here is, right, the United States should be fair in how she handles various government in Liberia there. If she want to be business with Liberia, I'm not going to speak for them. It's a cup of tea.
Thank you so much, my brother. I want to say thanks to all of you. Again, let me just say this to our audience before we leave from here. The only reason why Liberia has not exploded with full violence or imploded, or explode or implode with full violence and chaos is because of you and myself. It's because we are talking. It's because we are exposing this government. We are making noise. And the noise that we are making is not just noise, but necessary noise. That's why you see the government, to some extent, when they run, we can look behind. But Boyka is a dangerous figure. And dealing with Boyka, you must be intentional in ensuring that you expose it. Boyka is not somebody you can trust. Boyka, you don't trust Boyka. Boyka is not somebody that you can trust. This man is a dangerous man. Boyka does not have respect for the thing they call rule of law. No. You know, Boyka is an old rebel who participated in ensuring that our people died for them to come to power. Boyka. You think Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf just picked Boyka just like that? You think why was Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf very skeptical of Boyka and thought to keep Boyka to some extent, you know, look at him with eagle eyes. I want to cut this short. There are some things I will not say here. But in our Liberian parlance, we say witchcraft, no witchcraft. Witchcraft, you know, that we can say in our Liberian way. We say witchcraft, no witchcraft. If you are a witchcraft in an area and you see another witchcraft, you will know straight say the other one are witchcraft. And once that other witchcraft in your terrain, you call him my man, gotta be careful in my terrain here, baking you. Don't bring noise in my terrain here. Don't bring noise. You can't just sit down easily, quietly, do your thing, and just sit down. For those of you that don't know and want to leave you with this, we are experiencing an intentional, one would say, dictatorship, a kleptocratic regime, a tyrannic regime. Intentional. It's intentional because these people plan it. They knew when they were coming. Look, anybody who know how to do good and decide to do bad, that person there is intentionally doing it. I play a video from the beginning of this show where you listening to Boyka and he was being interviewed. Talk about ministers who were being employed by Madam Ellen Johnson. All they were after was to fill up their bank account to go and pay for their mortgage abroad. How they were passing around with fire in their hands. Today, what is happening in Liberia, is it not the same thing?
More than that.
Ministers, you get people who are supposed to be working on behalf of the Liberian people. They have abandoned the Liberian people job, and guess what they're doing? All of them consider. You see, look, this is how you know that the government is losing it. When you have government officials that are supposed to be doing their work, supposed to be concentrating on how to work and produce for the Liberian people, all of them now have become information and propagandists for the government. They form one
Everybody, yeah.
No, that's why I continue to tell Liberian, look, it is because of what we are doing that what things happening. I said it, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Some of the things that you can hear Stanton talking, he's not talking it because he wants to talk it. He is talking it because we have made them and we have forced them to believe in what is right. Stanton don't care for you. I will say this again, with everything aside. But Stanton don't care for you, the Liberian people. Stanton care for his interest. It's because his interest is not being taken care of. That why you see
exactly.
That boy care for you. That boy care for his interest. And because his interest is not being sought after, that why you see him, he talking, he doing this and doing that. But you know who are those that are talking for Liberia? Like you and myself. People like Zigo, people like Otaka, people like Ebenezer said. All of
when they co-stand in today, when they advocate co-stand in today, all of them silent.
Solid. The people that were calling hero, where are they today?
One of the biggest propagandists to rule Liberia, to run Liberia.
They got 80,000 views. These things they were doing it because they wanted money to lay in their pocket. They were paying agents.
Costa can't come here again. He can't come Liberia because he was only here from school and he can't finish. And he couldn't go back because he last say President George Manuel. He can't come here again.
Oh, you serious?
With the Liberia to get
I think here, America. I think here. You see, that's the reason why, fellow Liberian, you must trust and believe in your own. Because in the dying moment, your own will always be your own. Your own will always be your own. That's why some of us, we express serious level of dissatisfaction. Let me say this. Let me end on this. I won't go to my own party. Some of us experience high level of dissatisfaction, and we express dissatisfaction over the way the CDC treated us. And let me tell you here, my people, and this is the fact. We'll get to them. Listen. CDC, we have this attitude. I hope they will change.
They will not change.
Letting our own and going for
they
other
will
people.
Never change.
Our own is our own. My man, people are our people. We don't respect our own. People who put their lives on the line, who defend our institution. We got time for them. Man. But the people who will denigrate, insult, and castigate your institution,
Yeah.
the people you put golden table before, but that shit will not happen going forward. Sorry, I
And
ain't
I
the time.
continue up you see our carrots graded on our carrots graded now the on spoon top. Where they denigrated a carrots grade, a certain state on water spoon, call you opinion smoker, all the crazy thing. Today, he said he permanent on our platform to get. You don't need our spoon, you don't need spoon talk. Other than that, fully CDC. That's why I say I'm not member of CDC. When I'm telling you, say no.
No, you know, respect your independence. You respect your independence. But fellow Liberian, let me say this.
They are nothing. They are nothing to your party will not judge we are.
Look at now what is happening. It is me and you, common citizen. We are the one that defending our institution. How many ministers can we see? But now, I remember during the Unity Party regime. But now, all of the media institutions, they many were having their own flavors on all of this. In fact, during our opposition, the ministers were the one who were the propagandists. Sorry,
Yeah.
former ministers. All of these people that you see working in the government, they were the former. All of them, they were all how you call talk show hosts. They were on radio
All
stations.
of them.
Today, what are we seeing? There are serious blunder from the agriculture ministry. Have you seen the agriculture minister coming on to juxtapose what happened under
No.
President Buhari regime and what happening under this particular regime? You hear anything
Yeah,
about that?
yes, you serious.
Let's
Yes,
talk
you're
about
right. You're right.
LPRC. Let's talk about
See,
LPRC. When the president himself makes serious intervention in the fuel sector to save Liberia, today, are you seeing the LPRC boss talking, just opposing, where she can sit down? She said, look, during our regime under President, this was what we did, X, Y, Z.
you're
This was
right.
how we were able to
You're
solve
right.
it and bring
You're
people
right.
back. Honor Joseph Newman Boyka, these are the mistakes that people make. You see the people then talking, yeah, you can hear them. And are we the people then, are we the ones stay talking? And I really want to talk. Look, this is our party, this is our revolution, this is our belief. We are not into this because of somebody, that what we believe in our culture. And we will defend this institution. We will defend it. Don't say that some of you are your own break. For what we can't go on break. You where something belong to you. You know, when you are a father, a newborn dad, don't understand the pain that women accept themselves. Because they don't sleep. I've been there before. I got 5 girls, so girls, 5. When we are sleeping in the night, they are up. Because they need to check that child. They need to look whether that child hands somewhere. They need to look. So you don't feel the pain. So sometimes when the mother wake up in the morning and she's sleeping and you see her, I got a woman here. But she know what she's going through. So we as a teacher, we know what we're going through. Look, let me say this to you. The CDC, as a political institution in the course of life. Those of you who benefited, and today you can't talk. Some of you that your Facebook page, your active, you used to be posting pictures of your people there. Now not active. Yeah, don't go ahead. This is our institution. We do what we do. And that's why we will go to Liberia. We will go from village to village. We'll go from town to town, from ghetto to ghetto. When in America, I'm a different print. When I enter Liberia, I'm a different print. Let me say this to you today. In America, I'm a different print. I enter Liberia or anywhere out of this country, I'm a different print. I'm not ordinary that you can look at. If you used to know me before, or used to eat Gary, okay, fine, that's good. But right now, by the grace of God, I am not the prince. When I enter Liberia, any country, I'm not the prince that you know. I'm a different prince. So at the appropriate time, we'll go to Liberia. We'll go to village, we'll go to market and tell the people why there is a need that Breka should exit the executive mansion through a legitimate and a democratic process. Those of you who are sitting down, you think that you have arrived, you fold your arms, and you have neglected this particular institution, you have neglected the people. I am deeply, let me say this, I am deeply surprised at some of our ministers who served in this government for 6 years. That President we had did not touch you. 6 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. You serve in this government. The reason why President we are giving you an opportunity to serve is so that tomorrow you can be a mouthpiece for what is right and what is just. You have gone silent. All of you have gone silent. That's why when I'm talking here, I talk as I talk. Because even when our own party were there, people don't even know all that the first day. They didn't even know the time we were there. You don't even know. Now that you're not there, that time you know, you don't know. So we do what we do. We know that at the appropriate time, we'll be there to question some of it. Again, I want to say to all of you citizens, the shoulder of a better Liberia, or the burden of a better Liberia, it lies on your shoulder. You patriotic Liberian, start the process now. Don't give up. If you have the chance to open your podcast, open it. If you have the chance to even count on 1 minute on your Facebook page and talk about the evil that's happening in society, talk about it. Let all of us be journalists. President, we have said something once. He said, when the capable are not available, the available can be capable. That's the time we have reached into. He said it, other people are saying, oh, I get that clip, I'll play that clip. He said, when the capable, the people who capable, when they are not available, those of us who are available, we must make ourselves capable. And we are capable. And I want to say, do you know what it means? If a government, let me tell you something. If a government official write on Facebook and say, hey, Liberia, just say, hey, Liberia, just say, hey, Liberia. When a Prince Sheriff write on Facebook and say, hey, Liberia, the way people will gravitate towards that former minister, that hey, Liberia, it will be different from the way people gravitate towards me. Because that former minister worked in government. This is the way that you former minister having. When you speak, you won't speak as an ordinary. You got many people that look at you, many people that believe in you, many people that look at your work to be of weight. When you read one statement, they're on Facebook, one statement, hey, Liberia, the way people will gravitate, the way people will interpret, the way people will look at it, I read my own, it will be different from how people will look at it.
Exactly.
Some of you have the platform and you don't want to use it. You have abandoned the struggle. Some of us, the only party that we know of and we'll continue to know is the CDC. We're not going nowhere. Nowhere we're not going. We're not going nowhere. We'll be here. We'll straighten this institution. Those of you that have abandoned the people's struggle and you on break, continue to be on break. But we know that at the end of the day, the people will defend their revolution. They will defend their power.
The next time we come here, me and I citizen, I will call someone in need. I will not joke with it. I will call that name. I'm not joking with it. I will come special, we'll call them, they will come for now. Because, Prince, when you are trying to say, friend, you remember the Unity Party opposition and they had over 1,000 children on Facebook from the opposition. Now the whole CDC people quiet outside, inside, all of them quiet. All of them quiet. As you said, the minister, the director general, the SSC, none of them open podcast, say to be talking. Social media are free now. Facebook are free.
It's free. The only thing get data in your phone. That's all. You are good. Yeah. Can you imagine? Look at the kind of disrespect that happened to our chairman. You want to tell me that thing didn't appear on BBC? It did not appear on VOA, on radio,
nothing.
Nothing. The way our chairman was disrespected and was being humiliated by this regime, the assassination attempt against our chairman. Can you imagine? The BBC
nothing.
Not carry, CNN not carry, VOA not carry, my people.
Even the chairman said not call one of the big institutions in the VOA that he left for threatened by the Unity Party. Let's see. When we talking that thing, you're like, oh, JJ, that was it. I only support the former because I know the former president. I'm picking you up, man. I'm picking you up.
We gotta go, my
people.
We gotta go. Before we open another new topic altogether. But I want to say thanks to all of you. I want to say thanks to all of you for your many contributions. And we hope that maybe by tomorrow we can be here again. But until we meet again next week, Friday, which is always the day that we come on full with our panelists, I want to say hi to all of you and want to thank you. Have yourself a God bless day. And from our end, we want to say bye from our end as we take our leave. Bye, my people. Let's take this one. There is a video here I want to play. And then when I get through playing the video, we will go. The July people video. Let's play the July people video and then let's see.
Enough is enough protest appears to be steaming up, while the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxuries. Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough!" They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Yes, we did it too is the government news slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pacala, Councillor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Bealded, Mulba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus. But July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the International Media Room and across Africa for more update.